Alright, hey guys, I don't normally do product review videos, but I figured that I've gone through a lot of effort to review a couple travel packs for my upcoming trip to Japan, and I might as well let other people benefit from my product research, if you want to call it that. So today I'm going to be doing a side-by-side uh, unboxing, if you will, in comparison of two of the best packs that I found for my upcoming trip. So over here, this is the pacsafe Vibe 325. It's a cross-shoulder sling-style backpack, and it's designed for anti-theft and just being a convenient travel pack. And over here, we have the pacsafe Venturesafe X. Uh, so a quick rundown. I'm traveling to Japan next month, and I needed a convenient, small, and dare I say, fashionable backpack for traveling around because it's good to be comfortable, and I like to carry an extra water bottle, my wallet, extra camera, keys, and then when you're in Japan, you always want to carry a hand towel because bathrooms there don't have blow dryers or paper towels. FYI for people who haven't been there. Uh, so I spent a while doing research online, and I decided upon this style of crossbody sling backpack because my normal backpack, which is an in-case backpack. Obviously, you guys can tell I like the black aesthetic. My normal backpack is way too big, too clunky. It's just way more space than I need. And really importantly, I'm traveling in August, and it's gonna be hot and sweaty, and I don't want a big, hot, sweaty patch on my back all day. And I just don't need it. So when I'm traveling, I needed just enough space to carry a few personal items, a water bottle, and importantly, I wanted to carry my iPad around. That was basically my size prerequisite. I needed something big enough to carry my iPad, maybe a rain poncho, maybe an umbrella, maybe a water bottle, and a book. Not a lot. And I also wanted something that would be relatively safe that I could use for future trips to more pickpocket-prone countries such as Europe or South America. And for those of you who don't know about PacSafe, they're a company with a really good reputation and very good quality. So I bought these two packs. I'm going to return one, and I spent all day today kind of debating, wearing them both around town. And I'll let you know which one I decided at the end of this video. So first, this is the pacsafe Venturesafe X. It's about a 6-liter backpack, and it's got a bunch of anti-theft features. So both backpacks have the same anti-theft features, so I'll just go over them relatively quickly. The first anti-theft feature that you have is these very fidgety zippers. They kind of attach together, and they're hard to take apart and open discreetly. So as far as I can tell, the anti-theft technology is really just making it a giant pain and a very slow process to try and open this backpack up, which is ultimately what deters thieves. So the zippers both sets of zippers marry together pretty well, and you can tug them into this locking little port. You can put them both into the locking port, close the port, snap it down with a little cinch. I don't know if you can see that here. And then you can stick a lock through this little key lock. And with that, you can secure your belongings pretty well. And honestly, even without the lock, if you're just walking around in a big crowd, it's going to take any would-be thief, like a solid 30 to 60 seconds using both hands to try and undo the first clasp, the second clasp, get these zippers off, or get these zipper holders off, and undo the zipper marries. It's going to take a solid 30, 60 seconds for someone who's never used one of these before, and then they can access the internals of the backpack. So it really does work for crowded situations. And you're not going to keep your backpack locked with you when you're walking around town. You might keep it locked at night, but it's enough to deter pickpockets. And I've had pickpockets get into my other backpacks very quickly, and it's not fun. And it's not good to have to confront that. Okay, and importantly, the backpack does come with this, they call it a wire mesh through the material. So if you try and cut the material on the sides or in the front, it shouldn't cut. I haven't tested it because I don't want to tear up my backpacks, but supposedly you can't cut it with a razor. And also the shoulder sling on both backpacks can also not be cut. They both have steel wires running through them, so they can't be cut quickly. And another anti-theft feature is that on both backpacks, the slings connect to the backpack through this little, this very sturdy metal locking mechanism, where you have to twist the mechanism in order to unlock it. You unlock it, and then you have to press down, and then you can slide it out. So the important thing here is that it requires both hands. No thief is going to be able to undo this very quickly without you noticing them. And it's just so fidgety, it's not going to work well. And also, another cool feature is that, you know, aside from the fidgetiness, it is solid steel, and it has a nifty little lock hole on this side as well. I don't know if you guys can see that. You can put a little lock right here. So in theory, for example, if you're staying at a hostel and you're going to go to sleep, or and you know, it's a hostel. You guys know what goes on in hostels. It might be good to lock up your backpack at night to a bedpost, you know, so you can undo the strap, wrap it around a bedpost, put it in, lock the little fidgety part, and put a little lock through it. And that's going to deter the vast majority of thieves as well, right? It's not about being 100% anti-theft. It's just about making it a pain to deter thieves, which is quite frankly is how all anti-theft systems works. Because no anti-theft system is really foolproof. It's just about making it a pain and making it take enough time to deter would-be thieves. So both backpacks have those same features because they're both from the same company. So now to the unique features of this backpack. So the Venturesafe X, it's about 6 liters. It's relatively small. It's about 2 liters smaller than the Vibe 325. I don't know if you guys can see the difference there, but it's a very noticeable difference, right? So, but that being said, I actually find the Venturesafe X to be the perfect size for what I was looking for. So really importantly, it opens up at the top, and it's got just enough space to store my iPad Pro 10.5 inch. And it fits conveniently inside the little sleeve, which is going to protect it pretty well. It feels sturdy. There's enough padding in here that I would feel comfortable carrying this around town. And there's plenty of extra space in here for the kind of stuff that I would carry around. I would carry around like a little extra notebook to write down Japanese phrases as I'm learning them. Probably a book to read when I'm bored. And probably an umbrella, maybe a little water bottle. And of course, my passport, money, cell phone, wallet. Those would all easily fit in here. A little in the poncho. Other features worth mentioning, it's got a couple organizational pockets. A little mesh pocket on the inside here. It's got another small pocket. It's got a key clip, another mesh pocket. Right? It's pretty standard stuff. It'll fit plenty of stuff. But also, one big advantage of this one, the Venturesafe X, is that it's got this stretchy mesh pocket up front. So it comes off with a clasp. And I actually really love these kind of pockets because you can fit a sizable poncho in here. You can fit a large, oversized water bottle in here. You can just fit a lot of stuff. A big camera. You can fit a lot of stuff in here. And I find these kind of pockets to be really useful. For example, if it rains and you have a big wet poncho and it stops raining, what are you going to do? You don't want to stick that wet poncho inside of your backpack with your notebooks and books and iPad. What you might do is you might shake it off real quick and stuff it into this little stuff sack. And it'll dry. It can evaporate, and it's not going to make the rest of your backpack musty. That's kind of what I'm envisioning that for. I haven't tried it. Obviously, this is brand new. Still got tags on it. But I do believe that would work well. So, all right. So those are kind of the main features. Oh, and there's one more really cool feature about this particular pack, which also sold me, is that the Venturesafe X, it's not designed to be worn over. It can be worn over either shoulder. So right now I have it set so it can be worn over my left shoulder, and I'll let you guys see what that would look like. There. The strap is a very thin, meshy strap. It's got more than enough support. You're not ever gonna put a lot of weight on this kind of backpack, so it's a good breathable strap. Doesn't take up a lot of space, and it's really comfortable. And this is about what it looks like on your back. Give you guys a good view of my back. This is really what I was looking for, right? This is really going to minimize how sweaty my back is going to get. and it lets me carry around exactly the kind of stuff that I want. But if I want to wear it over my other shoulder, because maybe one shoulder is getting tired, I can, if you can see, I can undo the bottom clasp. First, I have to switch it to unlock mode, press it down, and then it comes off, and I can switch it to the other side. Let's see. Put it in the other side. If I can figure out how to do it. Oh, there's upside down. Got it. Okay, and then I can wear it over my other shoulder. See, now I'm wearing it over my left shoulder. And you guys can see what it looks like. I actually find that feature to be really useful because when you're walking around, when you're traveling and you're walking around for like 12, sometimes 18-hour days, even a relatively light pack does get sore on your shoulders. And it just creates some unbalance and it might hurt your back a little bit. So shifting it around from time to time is really useful. So that feature really sold me. And the one drawback about this backpack, and there's kind of no way around it, is that because it's designed to be worn around either shoulder, it makes the backpack somewhat hard to access. So for example, if I just want to access my wallet real quick, I can't just whip the backpack around and access it very easily because it opens from the top. So I could do that. It's not very convenient, and a lot of stuff might fall as you're trying to access your wallet. So it doesn't really work that way. To access this backpack, you basically do have to take it off every time and dig through it. And that's just a compromise. And I did want to show you guys that my iPad 10.5, and it fits in here exactly. Now I actually normally carry around my iPad Pro in its case. And if I put the case on my iPad Pro, which is a pretty thick case, I'll show you real quick. It still fits in the backpack perfectly well, but it doesn't fit in the sleeve anymore. Because this iPad exactly fits in the sleeve. So if I put my full case on my iPad, of course I put it on backwards. If I pull my full case, you can see it's a pretty thick, big case with the stylus. It will fit in here, no problem. Fits right in, seats right in, very snug. But then you have a little bit less space for other stuff, but that's normal. Okay, so now let me go over the Vibe 325. It's a little bit bigger, it's a little bit roomier. It opens up from the side. So this pack is designed to be worn over your right shoulder, and it can only be worn over your right shoulder comfortably. It comes with a much thicker, much heavier padded shoulder strap, which I dislike, to be honest. I think it's going to be too hot and it's a little bit too much, and I'm not ever going to put that much weight in this backpack. Not for my purposes. For your purposes, you might. This is what it looks like on your back. This is something I care a lot about. It's a little bit clunkier. It's a little bit bigger. I think it's a little bit less fashionable, if you will. But it's also much more practical. Like, if I could easily use this backpack as my everyday backpack, because it's actually big enough. And I tried this out today. It is big enough to carry pretty much a full-size laptop. I can fit my 13-inch MacBook Pro in here. I would show you, but I'm actually filming this on my MacBook Pro, so I can't show you. You can fit quite a few books. You can fit a lot of stuff in this main compartment. And it does have a little sleeve, although the sleeve is too big to really fit anything larger than my 10.5-inch iPad Pro. And it's also got another side pocket that can fit a lot more goodies, and it's got a mesh organizing pocket as well. So basically, I think this backpack is a little bit clunky, it's a little bit ugly, and the shoulder strap is a little bit too much. But it has one big advantage that almost sold me, right? And the big advantage is that the design is really convenient for accessing the internals. At any time, I can just flip the backpack over, and because it opens from the side, I can very easily, kind of effortlessly, access the internals. I could easily, pull out my wallet. I could pull out my phone. I could pull out my keys. So on this backpack, I would be much more prone to keep all my wallet and my keys inside this pack, right? And stuff isn't gonna fall out because it has this very well-designed little gate right here. So even when you're opening it, stuff isn't gonna fly out. It would be very unlikely for that kind of stuff to fly out. So it's easy to organize. And that feature alone really kind of almost sold me on this backpack. I could see myself owning this one and using it as a daily driver, instead of my much bigger, much clunkier everyday backpack that I currently use, which is huge. But that's not really why I'm buying this backpack. I'm buying it to travel and to carry a very small amount of stuff with me while I'm traveling throughout Japan and South Korea for a month this summer. I'm buying it for that reason, for the express reason. I'm not bringing my MacBook Pro. I'm not bringing a lot of school books or notebooks. So I've decided to go with the smaller, sleeker, I think cooler looking Venturesafe X. It's also slightly more expensive. This one retails for about $79.99 on a couple different websites. And the pacsafe Vibe 225, I believe, retailed for $69.95, about $10 less on several other websites. And actually, I got this one for $50 because I found a sale on it. So even though this one's cheaper and I think this one's really good, it wasn't really what I was looking for. So I'm going for the smaller one. Okay, that's it. I hope this review was useful. I don't really do a lot of these reviews, but, well, enjoy.